Hello, there's the start of another week. You're watching the polls of the Joy News channel. Get to work to secure victory 2024. The charge from Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as he resumes official state duties after making history, having been elected as the first flag bearer of Northern descent to lead the governing New Patriotic Party. This afternoon, we have more from the seat of government as the Vice President is receiving an honor from presidential staffers, as you see. More from the seat of government as the Vice President is receiving an honor from presidential staffers, as you see. This election headquarters brought to you by Petrosol and the New Force. This afternoon, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is reporting to the Jubilee House for the very first time after assuming his new role as the leader of the governing New Patriotic Party. We know that the second gentleman of the land was taken by surprise when presidential staffers and appointees at the office of the president, as you see on the screens there, decided to honor the vice president with a guard of honor and the presentation of a bouquet of flowers on his election as the flag bearer of the governing New Patriotic Party. We'll be telling you more shortly and also telling you more about what political watchers are describing as a historic feat for the governing New Patriotic Party. Looking at what the vice president did over the weekend, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia becomes now the first Muslim and Northerner to lead the governing New Patriotic Party since its inception. And there you have, of course, the vice president stepping out and being received by the presidential household in your shots there. It's simply because of the exercise that happened over the weekend, which many of them are elated about. But my colleague Samuel Mbura has been looking at the entire exercise over the weekend and now comes through with this report.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is son of Alhaji Mumuni Bawumia, a key figure alongside SD Dombo and other influential northern politicians who together contributed to the formation of the NPP, establishing the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition. While Dankwa and Buzia have previously led the NPP, Dr. Bawumia's ascent now represents the Dombos, symbolizing the northern presence in the party after becoming the first northerner to lead the NPP.
When the NDC goes to Volta regime, they say to them, the NPP is an Akan party. Don't vote for them. Isn't that what they say? When they come to the north, they come here and they tell us, NPP is a Kambonga party. Don't vote for them. Isn't that what they say?
Bawumia, an accomplished economist, held various professional positions before entering into active partisan politics. But what prompted the choice of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as candidate Akufo-Addo's running mate?
I wanted somebody from the north to partner me for the elections and then for the governance. He's also a very clever man, and I needed his brains to help me govern the country effectively. And he's an honest person. He speaks honestly to you. He's not one of those people who have to guess what they're trying to say. He will say what he has to say very directly, and I like that.
Prominent NPP members, including Council of State member Ejiri Stanley Blankson and Ama Buzia, the sister of Ghana's first Prime Minister, K.A. Buzia, support the president's stance on Dr. Bawumia.
I have worked with him for a while, and I can tell you, if there is a gratitude, and I said, look, the people called me that I should put my neck there, I would tell them that if it is for Bawumia, I would do.
Not because he calls me mommy that flatters me, but all the qualities, because of my brother, I have a little bit of experience in politics. And all the qualities I look in a politician for. To me,
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia shares his vision for transforming the economy and calls for support from the NPP's rank and file.
I have my own vision and my own priorities. Given the opportunity by you the people of Ghana to lead, I shall govern as my own man with guidance from God Almighty. My vision is to build an inclusive, food self-sufficient, data-driven and systems-based nation that will fully participate in the global digital revolution to resolve our problems and also to usher in a golden age of benefits from our natural resources. I want to lead a nation that improves and unleashes the talents of our youth and offers good jobs with good pay and sustainable growth with macroeconomic discipline.
Meanwhile, President Akufo-Addo acknowledges that the 2024 general elections will be a challenging one. He is therefore charging party supporters to campaign vigorously for victory.
Ghana cannot afford the return of the NDC, especially under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama. So let's all pull together. We have to go and campaign hard and easy. Election by easy my
The stage is now set for a fierce contest between the MPP's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the NDC's John Dramani Mahama in the lead-up to the 2024 general election. It remains to be seen what will inform their ultimate choice in the worthy running mate for the crucial race ahead. Samuel Mbura, Joy News.
And there's absolutely no doubt that the citizenry are actually brandishing their cards waiting for the 2024 elections. Well, it was all joy today at the seat of government as presidential staffers and appointees at the office of the Vice President decided to honour the Vice President with the Guard of Honour and also the presentation of a bouquet of flowers, just celebrating the victory of the Vice President. Well, the Vice President has been addressing the gathering there, telling them to get back to work for victory 2024. One man who's been monitoring all of that for us, Latif Idris, was there when it all happened. Latif, thanks for joining us. So just describe we've seen in the last few minutes with the Vice President arriving at the Jubilee House and being received by presidential staffers. There you go on your screens right now. Tell us what's happening there.
So what you're seeing right now was the moment the Vice President arrived at the Jubilee House. As it happens on daily basis for the schedule of the Vice President, he gets up early in the morning and then gets to work. So today was no different. He moved straight to the Mensvik Hotel where he spoke at a workshop. It's a 3-day workshop that started today on coastal communities, and the Vice President was there to speak. He made public his plans for the coastal communities if he gets to be elected as president in the 2024 elections. He said that the issues about coastal communities and climate change will feature prominently in his manifesto going forward. So from there, he moved straight and paid a visit to the former president, John Adekun Kufuor. That was supposed to be a private visit. And then right from there, he moved straight to his office. Now, this was a surprise package. He had no idea what the staffers had planned for him. So when he got there, he spent about a minute or two in his vehicle, because I want to speculate that he was surprised and was getting a bit emotional, so he needed to process that. So he sat in his car for like 2 minutes. That is unusual of the Vice President. Once the motorcade arrives, he gets off almost immediately and then gets to work. But this time around, he spent about 2 minutes trying to process this whole special package.
And Latif, if you could just give us a sense of some of the individuals we're seeing in the shots there. Are they all staffers? Do we have some ministers also joining this?
They are all staffers. We have the Executive Secretary of the Office of the Vice President, Augustine Blay. We had his Chief of Staff. We had the Director of the Office of the Vice President of Finance. We had his security details. every single person in the office of the vice president was present. We didn't have any ministers or deputy ministers present. The team, his campaign team, the leadership of his campaign team were all present. And this was supposed to be a celebration for the recently held presidential primaries for the governing New Patriotic Party, where he emerged victorious. So it was about the campaign team and also the immediate staffers at his office.
Any reason for this surprise? Because ideally, one would say, you're to get to work. This is the seat of government. Why are they equally happy about the victory of the vice president?
Well, that is a question for the gods. Maybe we have to get them to answer this particular question. But, they share in his joy. This is a momentous occasion for the vice president. Imagine as the first person from northern Ghana to be on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party is huge. So they are sharing in his joy, and you cannot fault them.
Okay, and I see the vice president there. And just to point out, I see the vice president there in your shots also exchanging pleasantries. Beyond that as well, any word from the vice president resuming, duties today?
Yeah, so after shaking Izid, there are about over more than 100 staffers. He managed to shake every single hand. And just after that, he managed to say a few words. And what he said was that just celebrate today, and from tomorrow, make sure you get back to work, because the main task is to win the 2024 general elections. And that is what we should be working towards. And so today you are spared, you can celebrate, but he expects that going forward from tomorrow, every single one of them will get back to work. We can take a listen to the vice president.
I want to thank all of you for the hard work and support that you have given me in this journey to become flag bearer and presidential candidate of the great New Patriotic Party. You've worked very hard. I know sometimes I've been a hard taskmaster, but I think it's all worth it. And I want to thank you. But this is only stage one. So after you celebrate this afternoon, you start work again. And then we move forward, because there's a lot of work ahead. But I cannot thank you enough. You've been the best staff I could have ever wished for. So I thank you. God bless you, and God bless the New Patriotic Party, and God bless Ghana. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so now the Vice President will be presented with a bouquet. He'll be presented with a bouquet of flowers here by the staff.
On behalf of all your staff and all your loved ones, we present to you this beautiful bouquet of flowers to celebrate your victory. Yes.
Well, excerpts of what transpired today at the seat of government, the vice president there being celebrated by the presidential staffers, obviously, for turning out to be the leader now of the governing New Patriotic Party. But the party is heading into a very crucial general elections in 2024. And as the president admits, it will not be easy. So what's the strategy of the governing New Patriotic Party going into the next elections, knowing so well that there are some questions which remain yet to be answered? So let's get some answers, attempt them at least. Haruna Mohammed is Deputy National General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. He's joining us in studio now after a very long weekend, I must say. And of course, it takes a lot of hard work to show up in the studio at this time. But congratulations, of course, on having a very peaceful exercise, as it is being described by every political watcher looking at the NPP's, presidential primaries. Did you expect it to turn out this way, looking at the level of rancor, as some would describe it, and also anxiety greeting the process leading to your presidential primaries? It rather turned out to be very peaceful.
Thank you very much, Bless. And first and foremost, I would like to say a good afternoon to your cherished viewers out there and the management of Joy. You have been very supportive and helping us to be able to project the happenings and what the election entail, asking the right questions to be able to make sure that the general public get to know what the processes are and to make sure that the true fairness of the process encourages engagement and understanding so that it will have cohesiveness in terms of how it is done. You asked a very big question, whether I was expecting that. Yes, sure, because considering what we put into the elections, I think that we were very expectant of what happened on Saturday, and the entire party is very much elated. And I take this opportunity to thank the national leadership of the party for the first time that such a national election is going to take place, for us to see the national chairman, the general secretary, all the vice chairmen, look at national organizer, the deputies, the youth organizer, women organizer, everybody stayed true to the fact that we need to unite the party, and nobody went ahead to go and support one candidate or the other. And this is something that this current leadership has shown is very unique in terms of how organization is being done. And if you look at the elections committee, that is supervised by Right Reverend, Right Honorable Professor Michael Quay. Yes. I think that he has distinguished himself. He has shown that he is a diplomat. He has shown that he has been a history professor for very good reasons, and he has been a law professor too for very good reasons. And I think that all the members of the elections committee need to be commended. I think that the National Council, at the appropriate time, will look into their work and see how they should be rewarded. I think they should be rewarded for this particular excellent job done.
And what was instructive was that some of the candidates themselves, they've conceded that this was a transparent process. The likes of Kennedy Agyapong, who's coming up as first runner-up in the election, he had concerns going into the elections. We've seen some other candidates, the likes of Alan Kojo Chiroma-Tin, who's now out of the NPP, say that the process wasn't fair. But that same concern was raised by Kennedy Agyapong. But on the night of the declaration, he indicated that the process was free and fair. Do you see that as a tacit endorsement of the kind of hard work or the kind of work you, the leading figures of the NPP, had put in place to ensure that this process will be transparent?
Bless, this tells you how processes in the New Patriotic Party works. If you look at the constitution of the party, clearly it demonstrates that everybody has the right within the remit of the party's constitution to complain and to petition, to lodge it at the appropriate headquarters of the party. After the 26th August elections, we had a number of things. Many other party people reported, petitioned the party. Matters were referred to a constitutional body of the party in line with grievances procedures, and matters were being looked at, assurances were given them, platforms were being created for people, these aspirant, very respected members of our party, and every little engagement, every information that people, delegates, party members, media needs, we provide, just to ensure that transparency will be the order of the day. You can see from the way Kennedy mentioned it, had to recommend and say that the election truly was free and fair. Nobody can coerce Kennedy to say what he said. And I think that he said it from the bottom of his heart. And I think that I truly respect that man for that show of statesmanship, that show of patriotism on that particular day.
We'll see about the issues relating to party unity post the presidential primaries. Some are describing, of course, the handshake and, of course, that joint fellowship declaration that we've seen amongst all the four candidates as artificial. That's the description of some. We'll get into the details about that. But some, shortfalls about the democratic exercise that we've seen. The aspect about allegations on vote buying or, influence peddling or whichever way you want to describe it, just to, try and convince the delegates or influence them with cash, with money, to decide and to vote for, whichever candidates they would want to vote for. We've seen all camps of your presidential aspirants confirm that indeed they gave at least 300 Ghana cedis to delegates to vote. Why is the NPP, a party that prides itself as having lawyers and a party that believes in rule of law, giving money to delegates to influence their votes?
I can't remember hearing any of the aspirants say that they've given money to the delegates to influence them. What I heard from them is that they are supporting them with transport. You saw that the National Party gave transportation to each of the delegates that came to vote. And the aspirants, what I heard them say was to support them. Perhaps what we have given them is not enough. We gave 50 cedis as transport.
Okay, so this is from the political party.
Yes,
the party
yes, as transport.
You gave 50 cedis for transport.
As transport.
So 50 cedis is not enough?
Maybe that is. They also want to support them with transport, and that's what they said. None of them said that they have given money to influence them. And I think that this particular election, the results that you are seeing, tells you that nobody has influenced anybody in this particular election.
No, but if I pay you, you'd vote for me.
It's not
without saying, isn't it?
It's not a pay. They said they supported them.
If you give me 300 cedis, I'll give you 400.
Do you know that there's a saying that too much meat doesn't spoil the soup?
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so the meat is for the vote?
So if too much meat is not for the vote. It's transport. They are giving them transport.
Yeah, but
and this happened. John Mahama gave. And even in the end,
he gave 50 Ghana cedis, isn't it?
No.
Prepare the calculation if you do that all across the country.
Even in their conference, we saw money flying. Money was flying with so many wings.
I see. And you're doing so.
In a Jura?
You didn't like
it. We never flown any money.
But you're giving 300 Ghana cedis.
I have not seen it. I only heard you saying, and I heard other people, but I have not seen anybody giving 300 cedis out. I only heard that they have given some money to support transportation.
Harun, are you a delegate of the party?
A delegate, of course.
Oh, I see. So you should be smiling home with at least 1,000 or more, or 2,000 or more Ghana cedis because you accepted the transport.
Unfortunately, during the superdelegates conference, I never met any of the presidential candidates.
Oh, really?
I did not meet any of them before going for voting. I was on national assignment.
Okay, so you are an exception. But we've seen. So, but there are videos.
Even in this election, I did not meet any presidential candidates. I did not meet any presidential candidates.
Really? Okay, so here's what we'll do. Let's listen to some of the delegates complain. Even some of them complain about how they've not received the 300 cedis that was allocated to them. Let's take some of the accounts and we'll have Aruna respond to some of these concerns.
Oh yeah, delegate to be a hunter. Yeah, we were new adenta, honorable Ken Sikano. Nipa miensa, akuche sikani na. Nipa 17 wa album. Nipa miensa, one police station chairman. Ya friend Kofi Yeboah. Ono I provided emu 6,000 aba. You call you on popon topano for the 6,000 aba. But I put the poor. Omu now the same police station. Ono so the 7,000 as movie amane aba. Then one your former deputy coordinator. Ono so na yire ebia kodi no ho. Ono so the aba. Aka Rollins. Yes ba kodi Rollins. Ono the up to Lakeside. Ono so this kind of journey. Ye hu until nipa 70 no. Nipa 3 no. Omo chiskani nyina. I am 1 city up till now. I go to 2 o'clock. Honorable Ken Sikano and Sankai.
I said delegate here in Yase.
I said delegate here 300 Ghana cedis. And then Nipa 4, Kofi Yeboah, Rollins, Paul, and a lady back who come home. 4 no, I'm for scanning now. I am 1 city.
Other candidates for the million, we are
other candidates so far in Saka.
But we are the other saying
so far, but we are the 400 Ghana cedis.
We are Saka. If we are to do this, we are Saka.
If we are to do we are Saka. So far, but we are the one in Saka. 400 Ghana cedis. Your new Adenta electoral area. Anna, how much them say your coordinator no? Onye honorable Ken, also supported by Omia, and Unti Sikano, or man fan Shannon, from the City Professor, and also in the cruise, on your 4, how much is scanning.
Nti sie mbo to banana mo to mo ka ka na.
Oh, you make to cry, you to tia on aboken. Because say omo yiyim sa dey hu no say nipa for no ho na beto abanama no. Nti omo yi because the see na ye ko wura mu yiye no. Omo provide bi. Ba ko dey 8,000 kan ho no dey adwane. Na ye hu na trafa.
Ato di need me.
Me dey yebo a Charles. Me police station chairman. Oh, Bible.
So that's the account of Charles. He's, one of the branch leadership members of the NPP, confirming on tape. And for those of you who might not really understand what he's saying, he's just first of all confirming that indeed the aspirants are giving out cash. Kennedy Agyapong's cash did not reach all of the delegates simply because the coordinator had, parted away with a large sum of amount. Then we also know that he's talking about the vice president who allegedly his campaign team has given out 400 Ghana cedis. And yet, Kennedy Agyapong's cash did not get to them because the coordinator was unwilling to do so. This is from a delegate. It's not as though we're making up these stories. You're making them up.
Okay.
But it's reality.
But you see, there are always two sides to a report. One is the person saying it, and two, myself and you, because in the ethics of journalism,
you want to say
when a system, when an allegation is being made, or somebody says something, our duty is to verify. As I sit here, we finished the elections on the 4th. We have not received any written report per the procedures of the party. And I can't verify exactly what he's saying now. I am hearing it. And this is something that I would also have to ask several other questions.
You're expecting party members to officially write to you before you
if they are very offensive. But the point is that I am saying that
money can't be offensive.
Personally, I can't verify what he's saying currently.
Yeah.
I can't verify that. Do you get the point? I have to verify, and that's why I'm saying in your work as media, when they say it's raining outside, you don't amplify it. What you do is to open the window.
Okay, let me tell you about someone who was in the rain. Samia Uku. We know him as a face for the Bawumia campaign. He was on the probe last night, confirming that indeed cash was given to delegates, except to say that his justification is that these delegates are coming from all long distances and that they were trying to support in terms of transport. But that's the explanation and excuse you're also giving.
Yeah, and I think it's not different from what I'm saying.
How is it when the party gives out 50 Ghana cedis for transport? Why would you allow other aspirants to also give out cash?
We allow. Because we have not written to any aspirant to give out money. And if the aspirants so think that they want to support the delegate or the people or the party people, but probably they might have even given money to people who are not delegates to assist in some kind of operational work and assist in terms of how the conduct of election goes. And that's why I'm telling you, if you go to buy food and buy one meat and somebody come and give you 3 meat in addition, do you say that because I have been given money to buy one meat, I should stay to the one meat? No, if they are to support them with transport. But if any of them, if Samia Oko had said that they have given money to bribe, to change, or to influence their conscience in terms of the voting, then the party would have taken
already the feeling of some of your leading figures. We've heard from Dr. Mwakuban, for instance, who's out there indicating that the kind of vote buying that we've seen is something he's willing to take on. And he's even threatening legal action to annul the outcome of the elections. What do you have to say to party members who feel that the quality and the integrity of the process was marred because of this kind of monies that the aspirants were
giving? I don't think that the elections, the process was marred.
There was no vote buying?
No, there was no vote buying at all. There was no vote buying. And I think that Professor Amakuba is free to, one of our building principles is the rule of law. And Professor Amakuba can go to court if he so thinks that there is something wrong. I think that it's always good for us to test the Constitution and to test the legal process in terms of how these things is being done. We have heard a number of times how vote buying is eating into our political landscape. But however, we have not taken the opportunity to test it. And I will challenge him to test that legal process for us to see how.
And you're not concerned as, the leadership of the NPP that the kind of quality of leadership that you want, you might not find it as a result of, this kind of high stakes when it comes to money trooping in and creeping into your process of selecting a new leader?
I don't know which quality you're talking about.
Okay, let's look
out of the election. Somebody has been elected. Right. The giving out of the money as alleged for transport has not taken away any quality from the one that has been elected. Talk about competence. Dr. Bawumia, that has not taken away from him. He's incorruptible. That has not been taken away from him. He's intelligent. That has not been taken away from him. He is very innovative. That has not been taken from him. There is no single quality that is relative to the elected flag bearer of our party that it is taken away from. And I think that those qualities are intact. And the MPP has always been a beacon of democracy. And that is what we look out for. We set the pace. Look at 277 centers, 331 voting booths. We went into that election, we came out, and it is very peaceful. We all know who Kennedy is. And for him to admit, not in private, but publicly, it tells you that even in Africa, the MPP need to be consulted when it comes to the organization of peaceful elections.
You're a party in power, you're in government, you agree. What would you say to Ghanaians who say you're abusing incumbency? You're perhaps leveraging on state resources to give as much as 400 Ghana cedis to delegates simply to exercise their franchise.
I disagree with the point that money has been given to people to exercise their franchise. I disagree. The people who were stakeholders in the elections, you just mentioned one, that they said they were giving them transport, which I can give you any amount of money for transport. It is not defined. If you give me 200 Ghana cedis for transport, I ask myself, if I'm going to the north, what will I use it to? If I want to enter a flight, how much money will I need? So the amount of transport that I'm giving will define the comfort I will want to give to myself in terms of transportation.
I see.
So if they give them transportation and they clearly define what they have given them, and we still want to mistakenly consider it as vote buying, then I'm very much...
On what basis did the NPP, as a party, arrive at the amount, 50 Ghana cedis, as that ideal, equilibrium for funds that you disburse for each and every delegate for transport? What informed that decision?
Bless, in budgeting strength count.
I appreciate that.
Yes, so if strength actually counts, you also look at your strength and then look at what you can provide.
So your strength as a political party was 50 cedis
at that particular point in time, that was what we could provide.
What were you targeting as the ideal amount?
There's no ideal, it's what you have. If you go targeting something you don't have, that is why you get deficits. So you target what you can do, and that is exactly what we did. That was what we were having at hand. And we did explain to them. The people did understand why we did so. And that is why you have not heard any complaint from the delegates of the party with regards to what we have given at that particular point in time. And that tells you that if we were to abuse incumbency, then the party would have been given much more money than what we did. But we clearly did not abuse incumbency.
What do you say to the likes of Charles, who've seen in this video saying that people have, absconded with the money?
I am very much constrained.
You don't want to comment on that?
No, I'm just...
But it happens. You're an experienced politician. You know what he's talking about.
I'm very much constrained to talk about something that I have not taken the opportunity to clearly establish.
But you are the one encouraging it. You say it's fine. It's fine for the aspirants to support in terms of transport. Now, if someone takes your transport money away from you, they would have denied quite a large number of your delegates from voting, isn't it?
Because I can't verify that, because this is clearly an allegation.
You doubt your own party members?
Not doubting my own party member. He has made an allegation against somebody. The person is not there. Myself listening to it did not have the opportunity to verify. I did not also get the opportunity to interrogate him, to get clearly the facts. But I'm just listening to him on a national television.
Right.
That is his side. But if I were to be closer to him, I would have asked the right questions, as you are doing to me.
So just by way of being curious about this, what's the next line? Are you opening your doors as leadership of the party to receive complaints after this exercise? Is that something you're willing to do?
Sure,
including these kind of complaints?
Our doors are open with regards to any complaint, not only at the headquarters of the party, but at the very constituencies where these activities are taking place. Anybody that feels that there is something that went on and he's not happy with that can't lodge a complaint. And we have complaint procedures in our party. If you go to read Article 4 of our party's constitution, discipline and grievances procedure, if it is happening at the constituency level or it's happening at the polling station level, you have to petition or report to the constituency executive disciplinary committee. If it has happened to a non-elected appointed member of the constituency executive committee, you write or petition to the constituency disciplinary committee. If it is about a constituency elected officer, you petition to the regional disciplinary committee. If it is about a regional elected officer, you petition to the national. If it is about appointed regional executive officer, you petition the regional disciplinary committee. And these are the disciplinary procedures in our party that we encourage everybody. If you are a young person, if you are a woman, if you are a man, if you are old, if you are whichever position, if you don't hold any position in the party, it is you, I, him, her, that we can come together to be able to build this party based on the structure
sure that
has
your
been given to.
grassroots will definitely come after you, asking you for you to allocate where the monies are right now. Since you say
which monies?
Since you say you have to verify what the cash is.
No. I could not get the opportunity to verify from the one talking.
Yeah, they'll come. Don't worry. They'll be in your office very soon, asking for where the money is. But let's talk about the next chapter, of course, because now you have a leader for the party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who you've all acclaimed, the president, the chairperson of the party, the secretary. You share that vision too, I believe. But the outcome of the election is what the opposition party is already questioning. Okay. That you have for the very first time a presidential candidate winning with such an abysmal margin as it's been described. What's your take, first of all, in terms of the margin of victory for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and what that signals, first of all, within the New Patriotic Party and to the people of Ghana?
Bless, thank you very much. Dr. Bawumia has always said one thing, and today I quote him. And we in the MPP continue to say this, and I clearly now get the understanding why we have those problems with the NDC. It's either they read, they don't understand, or they listen, they don't comprehend. That is where the problem is. You see, Dr. Bawumia is the first presidential candidate on his first attempt to get that percentage that we have gotten within the New Patriotic Party. In his first attempt, you all know that Dr. Bawumia has never attempted to become flag bearer of the party. This is his first attempt, and he gets 61.47%. Who, again, in his first attempt, got the nod was Professor Edu Boahen. In his first attempt in 1992, together with former President Kufuor Nkrumah, he got 56.6% in his first attempt. Kufuor's first attempt, he got 51.9%. Akufo-Addo's first attempt, he got 47.97%. And this is factual. So if you are an NDC and you take away first attempt and wants to run with a clause that is incomplete, then you lack the understanding and comprehension.
Is that entirely
of what
the case? They have some points, isn't it? Because I've seen the data you're referring to running into the days of Dr. Edu Boahen. The point about Professor Boahen, as I should say, the point about the 61% range. Any candidate who's had that figure, whether on the first attempt, second attempt, has never crossed to win the national elections.
And
that's staring you in the face.
That is the history. That is the trend.
Yeah, but it's also
that
fact,
they have.
Isn't it?
But
why question?
And that is why we are saying that there has not been any party that has won the third term, right? So it is not something that is going to that.
There's not been any candidate in your political party winning with a margin of 61% who's gone on to win the national election.
And there is no party, political party, that has gone on into its second term and won the third term. And
that's a fact.
That is also a fact.
Yes.
And we seek to break that. And in seeking to break that, we are going to use this percentage gotten through this competent personality within our party to break both.
I see. You're just being ambitious, isn't it?
Not ambitious.
Knowing that this is a gentleman who has many questions to answer. How does Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia intend to, answer the question about the promises he made, having worked closely with President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo?
Which promises?
The belief about the baggages this government has, and the need for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia to address the questions about the economy, the exchange rate, the questions about the jobs. All of these issues will face Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia in the face.
Okay, you mentioned three things. The economy.
Yes.
I think that it is clear. It is very clear that Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has demonstrated knowledge when it comes to the economic management in this country. We all know before the ravaging of COVID-19 and other factors across the globe, we all saw what the economy was being run on. We saw what the economy from 2017 to 2020, what the economy was able to produce. Before we came into 2017, what was the state? What was the job situation in Ghana? And what was the rate of growth of the economy? It was 3.4%.
I see.
By 2020, what was the rate of inflation? What was the rate of growth? Close to 8%. Close to 8% before COVID.
I see.
That demonstrated that Dr. Bawumia was not just speaking or lecturing when we're in opposition, but he meant it. Do you get the point?
I see.
And when he demonstrated that and COVID came across the globe, you saw that even the United States of America was running in what? Negative.
And now
in terms of growth.
His own words will come back to bite him.
But
he
now,
says that, and just quoting one of his former public lectures, that how can global phenomenon be the only reason, the only factor hitting Ghana so severely that it's not reflecting
at that time, what was the global phenomenon?
But we have a same situation.
No, it's
now,
not same. It's not
look
same.
at the sub-region and just look at the countries
it's not the same.
surrounding us. They're doing
at that time, tell me what was the biggest global phenomenon. There was no any it was internally inflected phenomenon.
Whatever the case,
it was internal inflected phenomenon.
In fact, the vice president himself is admitting that our economy is not as effective as it should be.
And that is the truth that the MPP will always tell you. The MPP has never hidden the truth from the people of Ghana.
Yeah.
We are always very truthful to the fact. We know that things are not easy now.
Right.
We are not putting Ghana on the heavens, but we are performed better than the NDC.
Really?
You talk about, yes. What was the rate of job placement when the NDC was in power? What was the rate of job placement? Teachers were being recruited within a range. For 3 good years, you would not even get any salary that is being paid. It took the MPP to come and take that one off, to make sure that a teacher that is being recruited is given the salary upfront.
If that
much as your IPPD and everything has been filled, in terms of global crisis, for close to 1 year, the teacher was sitting in the house. The MPP found the money, paid the teacher. We made sure that the number of teachers that was recruited because of the double track system, look at the huge numbers. Over 8,336 of teachers were being paid. Look at the huge number of teachers. Look at the security service. Look at local government. Go and check the record of job placement. Look at health, paramedics, medics, and all the recruitment that has taken place. Why was the recruitment not going on? Because somebody had gone to IMF and said that we lack policy credibility. Credibility is very key to every nation. But somebody went there and said that we lack policy credibility. The policy credibility was that if a graduate finishes school in your country, that graduate should not get a job.
If these are records that you're proud of, why are you not selling that to the people of Ghana? The president himself on Saturday, I was there listening to him, says that the 2024 elections, the campaigning will not be easy. His words, will not be easy for the New Patriotic Party. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia comes and admits that there is a challenge. Then he says he'll be his own man.
Sure.
If the records are so good, why not, latch on to the records that your boss has said before? He can't campaign without the baggage of the Akufo-Addo administration.
I think that this pause program is not for the only for people of Ghana.
I know that too well, but I'm asking you, I'm just supposing these statements. The man says we've delivered. If indeed they have delivered, and you have delivered, why is the president, the vice president, now promising us that he's going to be his own man?
If you note it very well, he's going to be his own man because he's a punchline. Go and read my first coup d'etat. If you read my first coup d'etat, John Mahama tells you, is it page 64 or 34 of my first coup d'etat? He said in that book, as a young man riding bicycle down the lane, I could not take a decision on my own. That was what he said.
This is not
and when he went, I'm telling you that it's a punchline. He's telling you that he's a man on his own.
So we
lo and behold, when he became a president, he appointed 3 wise men.
This is not about John
but the point is that,
speak for
I'm saying that if
Dr.
Bawumia is talking,
cannot speak for John Dramani.
But the point is that if he's talking, when you listen to him, you need to decode what he's saying. He's not just saying that he will be a man on his own, and it looks like he's saying something.
He says, and this is the second time he's saying this. The first time was when he picked up his nomination forms, returned to the party headquarters. He was very emphatic on that he will provide a new vision, his words, and will be his own man. He's repeating that on, this very same day in front of the president when he's elected to be new leader of the NPP.
I think that is very good.
Yeah, so
that's a very good.
How does this connect to John?
Because somebody was there.
That this is the vice president who's worked closely with President Akufo-Addo.
Yes, but he's going to be his own man because he's going to be the president. He's not going to be a co-president. Remember, Dr. Bawumia currently, his role is to assist. You get the point?
You're telling me. I'm not in government. You're confirming that.
The role of the vice president is to assist.
Yeah, but
if he becomes president, his role is to insist. So if you are not a man on your own, you can't insist. So he's very clear in his mind.
You heard the president state the reason for which he brought the vice president on board. He describes him as a very clever man.
And that is true.
Would you bring a vice that you do not believe in?
But the president has never said that he doesn't believe in him.
Yeah.
He never said so.
I agree.
Yeah, so...
Yes.
So
when he says he'll be his own man, now you get the connection.
He's going to be his own man because he will take his own decisions. He will take his decisions.
Are you telling the people of
wise men to come and take decisions?
Are you telling the people of Ghana now that when you go on the campaign, very soon, as we know you will be doing, you're going to tell the people of Ghana that Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia cannot answer for the sins of the past government and cannot answer to some of the critical policy measures that was taken by the NPP administration?
Bless, we can't win 2024 elections without the record of Akufo-Addo. We can't. We are going to win these elections based on the record of Akufo-Addo, on the record of John Agyekum Kufuor. We are going to win this election based on their record. So we will never run away from any record of this government for which Dr. Bawumia is the vice president. We will never run away.
And when you say you have a solid team, do you still have that? He's pointed out a number of individuals, mentioned names as those serving on the economic management team. Yeah. He chairs that, I believe, committee himself. Do you feel that he's performed creditably in that?
I think he has been able to discharge his duty very creditably in the midst of global crisis, in the midst of sound economic features and indicators. He has been able to demonstrate that without crisis, this is how he's going to handle the economy. With crisis, this is how he's going to handle the economy. And I think that everybody is much aware that the economy is picking up. And very soon, we'll be presenting our next budget to the Parliament of Ghana for us to be given the approval to change the entire economic structure and to bring livelihood back to the people to make sure that the standard of living is better off.
we're just about wrapping up, and I wonder what your final words would be to the people of Ghana. But even as you wrap up, of course, we're looking forward to who the running mate of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia would be. You have any idea already of what might happen, or how the party intends to do that?
Bless, some people finished since May, and they have not been able to do that. But we in the MPP, we are very much in a hurry. And you know that we have the parliamentary elections for the orphan constituencies to come on. Probably the General Secretary will be announcing the various tentative dates to make sure that we stay in line with the election. No election will exceed 3rd of December rather. So all these things are things that we have to look out for. We have elections in February, and we tentatively will have to look. We just finished the elections on Saturday. I think that the new flag bearer...
The calls within your party to use Kennedy Agyapong is growing. Would that happen?
I think calls are legitimate, but the party seizes the power in opportunity.
Someone who controls 39%, 30% plus of...
Yes,
of,
I'm
of
not
the
disputing
delegates.
that, but the constitution of the party will be at work. It is very clear in the constitution of the party how a flag bearer is chosen and how a running mate is chosen.
Will Kennedy Agyapong make a fine vice presidential candidate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia?
I can't be very straightforward on this particular factor because I don't know the interest level of Kennedy Agyapong. I can't tell whether he has it in mind, and I don't think that he'll be a bad person if he's given that particular opportunity, because one, if he qualifies within the structure of the Constitution of Ghana, if he qualifies within that structure, I don't think that he will also be denied that opportunity. Yeah, but many other people too are there.
Oh really? You've picked up some of the individuals.
I'm qualified. I'm also qualified.
I see.
Because I'm about 40 years.
Vice presidential.
I'm about 40 years, so I can. So
but I think you're disqualified already, isn't it? You all come from the same side of the vice president. So
but it's possible.
You still? But
it's possible. It can because it's the Constitution did not say the president and the vice president should not come from one place.
I see. You're just swerving me. Finding a nice way of swerving me. But anyway, the name will come out. We'll all be here to see who that will be.
Sure.
Any final words?
Maybe it may be you.
So that's where we're having the conversation.
What I would have to say is that we have finished with competition. There is the need for us to come out for cooperation. Nobody should undermine the effort of all the other presidential candidates. Let's give them that needed respect. All supporters, if you are supporting Ken, if you are supporting Adainimo, Akoto or Bawumia, there is no contest again. The party has not opened nomination for any contest, and we call on everybody to leave any contest in mind, any support in mind, and support the New Patriotic Party. There was no loser, there was no winner. It was the MPP that won, and we had the new flag bearer in the person of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for the 2024 general elections. Bless, I want to promise you, we are going to win 2024 general elections.
Ghanaians will decide. That's the beauty of democracy. I'm grateful, Haruna Mohammed, Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, for joining us. We stay on politics because there's a lot happening in terms of the national...
Does managing your health care feel like a full-time job? Bounced from one doctor to the next? All the forms, the bills, the nada bills, the...
Press 4 to repeat these options.
Does healthcare have to be this way? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to make healthcare easier. And with integrated care and coverage, all you have to do is focus on your health. Learn more at kp.org. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
Kaiser Foundation Health Plan of the Mid-Atlantic States Incorporated, 2101 East Jefferson Street, Rockville, Maryland, 20852.
With your choice of select sandwich, nugs, fries, and a drink, Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag is your go-to. Your nugget wingman. Your hot and crispy fry co-pilot.
Just like us. We're like the bag boys.
What?
Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
For a deal you can count on, bet on Biggie and choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Bag boys.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes choice of JBC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. Third-party delivery pricing may be higher.
As well, because the voter exhibition centers in the Boston constituency are recording as low as 5 individuals checking their details. Electoral officials believe that the electorates are not turning up on conviction. Their names are rightly captured in the album, and of course following the participation in previous elections, there are concerns that a lot more of the electorates would have to turn out to check if indeed their names are captured on the roads. We have more in this report by Emmanuel Bright-Kweku for you.
It's mid-morning, and these electoral officials at Kontinase in the Bosomtwe district, after setting up their materials for the voter exhibition exercise, are hoping not to end the day without serving an electorate. Close to 1,000 electorates are expected to visit the center to cross-check their details, but the numbers haven't been encouraging since the start of the exercise on Friday. On the first day, a total of 15 persons turned up to confirm their details with the 2 officials stationed at the center. Angelina Quason is one of the electoral officials here.
So far, I'm 8 out of 434.
Yesterday, I had 8 individuals out of 434. There are 3 centers here. One official had 7. The other didn't get any.
In the morning, we were here, nobody came. But
we were here all morning, nobody came. It was in the afternoon that we had one person come around, and also in the evening.
Time intervals they mean but
they were captured during the just ended New Patriotic Party presidential primary, but the many delegates who queued to vote on the day failed to beckon the center to verify their details in the main 2024 voter register. After close to 3 hours of waiting, the officials had their first electorate for the day.
I had the announcement on radio. Because I am free today, I decided to come around and check my details. I can't tell if my family members have been around to check theirs.
Although announcements have been made to the public through the community's local information center, many failed to turn up at the center. According to the EC officials, many electorates believe their names are rightly included in the album owing to their participation in previous voting exercises.
Many of them believe their names are well captured because they participated in the previous elections. That's why they aren't coming.
Who need to come and check, but I will encourage them to come and check.
With only a day to end the exercise, it is expected that more than a handful of electorates would visit their center for verification ahead of the local government elections. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright-Kweku.
And it's been 5 days since the health minister ordered the immediate reopening of the renal dialysis unit at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. I will be getting you some updates on that very shortly, plus taking you live to the hospital facility where we're expecting a press briefing on this one, but we're taking a short break. When we get back, we'll give you some updates. Please stay.
Every day, people have money emergencies.
I need my school fees.
Emergency.
Mommy,
chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Smile, Look lively, okay? Smile.
too small.
A bad stomach ruins your day. Don't let it. Take Gastron, your most effective antacid for the relief of symptoms of peptic ulcer, heartburn, gas pain, flatulence, and indigestion.
Hey guys, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
Mwah. Can you bring down the smiles more?
Gastron, effective relief from stomach discomfort. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Daddy, this tank is big.
Yes, that's true.
It can store a lot of water.
That's so true.
Wow, it has a working tortoise on it.
That's so true.
I can see Sintex. Sintex.
That is so true, my daughter.
When it falls down, it will spoil.
That's not true.
But why?
Hey! Sintex was the first to introduce double-layer tanks in Ghana. Sintex again was the first to introduce white inner layers in Ghana. Sintex gives you the biggest warranty, 7 years. No matter your water needs, Sintex is the answer. Sintex tank. Are you strong? Are you tough?
The 2023 EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is more than an exhibition. It's the gateway to your dream home. Don't miss this chance to make informed decisions about every aspect of your living space. Join us at the Accra International Conference Center from Thursday, November 23rd to Sunday, November 26th, 2023. This year, we are diving into the theme of home ownership, exploring the nuances between affordability, comfort, and luxury. We are bringing everything housing under one roof, just for you. See you there. The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is in partnership with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and powered by the Planned City Extension Project from Cities and Habitats. Rent to own. And sponsored by Elegant Homes and General Constructions Limited, where quality meets value. Global Lighting, your solution to quality lighting. Sintex Tank, Air Strong, Air Tough. Springfield Estates, where dreams are built. Virtual Security, complete security solution. DBS, your roof experts. Virtual InfoSec Africa, security solutions by design. Saint Gobain, making the world a better plan. Clifton Homes, beautiful homes, wise investments. The Kissington Heights, Airport City, Kumasi, by HDG Homes Limited.
And it's been 5 days since the health minister ordered for the immediate reopening of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital and its renal dialysis unit, especially to outpatients. But Joy News is learning that the facility remains shut. We're live at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, where the Public Relations Department is expected to brief the press on what exactly is holding them back. But first, though, let's bring back a report found by parliamentary correspondent Kwaku Asante, because the issue came up on the floor of Parliament last Thursday.
A frantic appeal to the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital to reopen the OPD of its renal unit to save lives. Already, the Renal Patients Association says a dozen of their colleagues have died following their inability to access healthcare services. According to Minority Spokesperson on Health, Kwabena Minta Kando, government must intervene to get the facility reopened immediately.
Parliament as a whole should be deeply concerned about the persistent closure of the renal unit outpatient department at Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. This situation has far-reaching implications for the well-being of dialysis patients in Ghana and raises serious questions about the commitment of government to transparency and accountability in our healthcare institutions. In the initial case of the facility's closure, was attributed to scarcity of essential medical consumables required for dialysis. When dialysis medical consumables were finally procured, the service saw an unprecedented increase in fees from 380 Ghana cedis to 765.42. The Minister of Health and the hospital administration must, as a matter of priority, address this situation. The denial of essential healthcare services is a severe violation of patients' rights and a breach of public trust. We implore the government to work diligently with the hospital to rectify this situation and uphold its commitment to providing accessible and affordable healthcare service to all citizens. The paramount objective must be the prompt reopening of the renal unit outpatient department and the provision of essential subsidies to ensure that healthcare services are accessible and affordable for all citizens.
This call has found support from the majority leadership.
I fully associate myself with the call for the minister to be programmed to appear. That is something we cannot compromise on. He must appear. And especially in a matter about the lives of our citizenry, we can't take for granted. It can happen to any of us. And so I'm fully associated with that call. It's about the lives of our people. Whatever it takes, he must appear. We must program him to appear and to brief us. Immediately, the Korle Bu renal unit should be open immediately. And there are some other actions that have been taken. That is why I'm emphasizing the call. As we need you to bless this call that the minister should be programmed to come and make this statement formally on the floor of Parliament. He can't sit in his ministry and engage the media and make this statement. He must come to the representative of the people and make this statement formally in the House.
The Speaker has since summoned Health Minister Kweku Agyeman-Manu to appear before MPs on this urgent matter.
To come and brief us on the closure of the renal unit outpatient department and the upsurge of kidney-related problems in Ghana. I mean, the minister should come and tell us something. Almost everywhere people are talking about the kidney-related problems. He should come and tell us if the NHIS issue can also be captured in relating to kidney-related issues. I mean, he should come and tell us and to the extent the whole nation. So that is my directives.
The Renal Patients Association says its members and other kidney patients are dying, and more will die if government does not impress upon the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital to reopen the outpatient department of the renal unit of the hospital. This matter has become a big matter on the floor, and in a rare show of bipartisan unity, MPs on both sides have been asking the health minister to intervene and get this unit at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital open. MPs say that while citizens must do their best to protect themselves of kidney diseases, those who already have contracted such diseases must be protected by the state. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante, Parliament House, Accra.
And of course, our latest checks are indicating that still that outpatient department is not open in spite of the directives given by the health minister. So what exactly is going on and what's the latest on the ground? Let's go live now and speak to my colleague Fred Adai-Kwarteng, who's been to the hospital facility. He's joining us now with the latest on this. And Fred, we're expecting a statement from the Public Relations Department on this matter. What else have we been picking up? You've been to the facility today. What can you report?
So, Lizard, I've been here at the Korle Bu renal unit trying to witness the reopening of the unit to OPD, but unfortunately, that has not happened as we speak yet. I've tried to get some answers from the authorities, and what I'm picking is that there is an attempt or there is a plan to open the unit today, but because the plan has not been approved yet, because the person who is supposed to approve the plan hasn't given the go-ahead yet, the place has still not been opened, but they are saying that until the person in charge opens or gives the approval for the unit to be opened, they can't open as we speak now. So that's why we are still here waiting that maybe the person in charge might come and give the approval for the unit to be opened.
You say it's closed. We know that there was a directive from the health minister. So what's accounting for that delay?
Okay, so we've been trying to get these reasons why the place has still not been opened up the directive given by the Health Ministry. But it seems all the officials I'm trying to speak to are tight-lipped. They are not able to pinpoint the exact reasons. But when I put my ears on the ground and I am listening to some of the conversations going around, it appears that there hasn't been a decision on the 4 million Ghana cedi debt, which is hanging on the neck of the renal unit. So it appears there hasn't been a proper decision on that. That is why it's appearing that the people are not willing to open the unit as we speak now. It hasn't been confirmed, but that is the information I've been taking on the ground since I came this morning.
Talk about that, though. What's been the reaction? Because I do understand that some patients at least have tried today, based on the directive by the health minister, to try and access the center. What's been their challenge?
Okay, yes. So since I came, there have been some patients struggling in trying to access the service. But I spoke to some of them, and the information they gave me was that they were not treated. And for that matter, one of them, who is scheduled to have his session today, had to find a different facility to undertake the session. There was also one person who reported today that because the unit has not been opened to the OPD yet, the person, as I spoke to in the morning, had not been treated. So that is what is happening. So we have people coming in and out, but because the unit hasn't been opened, they've not been treated, they've not had their sessions yet.
And one more time, what exact period are we expecting the hospital to make a statement on this? Because we're picking up information that something might happen in terms of a briefing.
So that is the exact reason why I've been here since morning. In fact, there hasn't been a confirmation of the time. What I've been thinking is that unless the person whom they are refusing to mention gives the approval, they cannot go ahead with the announcement. Although they are saying all preparations have been made for the announcement, but it's left with the approval from those in higher authorities to okay the statement to be made. But because the person has not given that approval, that is why the place is still under lock and key now. So we cannot confirm when exactly they are going to open the unit. Since I came here this morning, that's what I've been thinking. Even the people I've been speaking to, they themselves, they're not even sure as to when they are going to get the unit opened.
Very trying times indeed. Kwarteng, be good, be safe, and of course we'll speak to you again just to get some updates when the management of the facility is willing to do so. Let's get more from the renal patients because they are still mounting pressure on government to act on this matter. And fortunately, Kujubafo Ahinkra, who's the president of the association, is joining us. Again, I don't like to do this very often, knowing your condition. I just don't feel okay doing this, but we still need to press home that demand that they need to open the facility.
Sure. Okay, just about an hour ago,
right?
I had a call from the unit.
Okay.
But, I don't know whether because I'm the president, I'm speaking. Okay. That is why because the rest of the people have not been called. I was called. Trying to find out because some people have made a decision that maybe they might not go back to Korle Bu. Wherever they are, they will stay there. Right. So I was called and they told me, will I like to return back to Korle Bu? I said, sure, why not? Okay, so they told me that the price is 380 if I'm coming. I said, no problem. And they said, okay, then I need to do my labs and bring it back.
Right.
So just an hour ago, but the rest of my people, nobody has been called yet. So I don't know whether this is just to cover up or whatever it might be. Because so far, I'm the only person who have received a call from a senior nurse from the unit, called me, asked me these questions, and I confirmed to him.
Right.
So I put it on our page that I have got the call. So has anybody else
got,
and nobody has responded.
And that's still, suggestive of the fact that, indeed what we're reporting is indeed the case that partially the place has been closed.
Yes, since from morning. Some of my people are supposed to dialyze on Monday. Like I said the other time, normally there's a schedule. We are many, about 250. So and we have about 15 machines. It cannot contain us. So there's a schedule. So normally what they do, like tomorrow those will be going, they'll be called today.
Oh.
And they'll give them time. Report this time, report this time. So that is the schedule.
So it's almost always a very tidy process because everyone is scheduled.
Yes.
And you book an appointment.
Yes.
So it's not as though you all flood this entire at one time.
We've been categorized. So Monday people, Tuesday people, Wednesday people, Thursday people. It's only Saturday they don't work. Then Sunday. So everybody has got his time and when he's supposed to report at the unit and go for a session. So if you claim it's open and then you've not called me, I have received the call. I have received the call just about an hour ago. Because this morning I went through them and still they were doing the same thing, the the emergencies and then the ward cases. So, but when I cross-check again, I was being told that they are now trying to find out the people who will return back, they will do a new schedule and all those things. So they were saying probably by Wednesday they will start operation fully.
Okay, so this might be a precursor to the main reopening,
yes.
which means that everyone will be scheduled. But you're still pointing out to us that for now they haven't called your members.
No, they've not called anybody. Nobody has contacted me to tell me. I put it on the page, and nobody is telling me that they've called. But I have received a call that will I like to
something else will be done,
yes,
and that
so,
more people.
Yes, but in fact, the statement was. This week they will open. So I insisted, when this week, so that when I'm talking, I know what I'm saying.
Okay.
And they say they are looking at by Wednesday. They want to take today, tomorrow to do all the necessary thing. So by Wednesday going, it will be started. That's what it is.
But for those who do not see the picture that we're trying to paint here, let's try and emphasize that point again as to why this facility we're talking about at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital is so crucial to saving more lives.
Yeah. So crucial because once again I keep saying the kind of treatment that they give is one of the best you get. The kind of machines that we have at the dialysis unit. When you take Physionos product, that is the current version that we have. So anybody who understands dialysis, when you go on the machine you finish, you could see the clearance has been very good.
Right.
So it's very crucial, very, very, very crucial to our health.
The conversation around costs, we still have to go back there because it's not out of the way. Even if the facility is reopened, you're faced with that challenge again.
Sure.
How do we go about that, dealing with that?
Okay, like I keep saying, we have to start from somewhere to somewhere, So now they say, in fact, once again, they made me understood that they are taking the old price. That's the 380.
Yeah.
Good. So the 380 was a challenge. For First Sky was doing the payment.
Taking care of the subsidies, right?
Yes. First Sky was doing it totally for about 200 and something patients. First Sky was doing it.
Right.
All that they call you go for. So now we don't even know whether First Sky is still doing it. But per my checks, I learned First Sky is still doing it, but it's not confirmed, so I don't even know. So going back, 380, still there will be challenge. There will be big challenge because I keep telling you sometimes I wish this conversation does not end here, so that sometimes you walk in, somebody might even come. He finishes, he doesn't even got transportation.
Yeah.
Maybe ourselves, take 5, 10, they will give it to the person. So cost, like I said, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
So that's why we're saying that the government should look at the tax component on those consumables. Because as we talk now, I don't know how stock Korle Bu is. Because per our investigation, I learned they were airlifted. Small amount. So if they are going to open, as they claim, to full capacity, my brother, and they don't do something about it, less than 1 month, they'll close the unit down.
I see. That's somewhere we do not want to get to. But even on the cost, would you prefer the facility opened with a higher cost, or we keep it shut, get ourselves ready for subsidies, and then we open it?
We can do something.
Okay.
They should open it. We can do something. Now they say they want to open course of the week. At least some lives will be saved. We should do whilst we plan towards it. But like I said, the last time we were here, Dr. Nsia Sasari sat here and promised that they will pay that 400 million that they are owing. Has the money been paid? Per our checks, I learned that if the money is paid, the consumables more will be bought. Yes. So if the money is paid, why then they shouldn't bring the consumables in? Yeah. So they should open. Let's do something. It's difficult, but at 380 at least, if somebody comes to you, at least you can maybe squeeze maybe 100. You can get 100 or something, put it together, and go and do it. So it's better. And once again, the clearance is very good with the machines that they have, and the kind of system they have there. At least if one person is even doing once a week with that machines, it's better.
Let's talk about the way forward and what your members are looking forward to. You've spoken to them prior to coming on air. What sense do you get from them in terms of the kind of intervention they're expecting from government on this?
I will quote Dr. Isian Asare Kolebu, CEO. He's saying even if they charge the 380, the government is supposed to pay about 900 something to support. If not, then they will still come down. Yeah. So we are begging them. If now they've agreed that we should open it, then I'm sure that means that 900 will be coming. They shouldn't do us 419. That will go maybe a week, the place will be closed again. So we are just begging them. But what they just made us understood earlier, because I'm not here to defend anybody, but the Kolebu CEO said it categorically clear. If they reopen, the 4 million is paid, and that subsidy does not come, the unit
the debt will pile.
Yes, the unit will close. So I'm sure they've put in everything in place. That is why they are opening the unit now. I'm very sure that if not that, then please we beg them. They should do all those things, but they should open the unit. Yeah, they should really open it because, like I tell you, somebody is sitting there. I mean, one of the patients called me today. Mr. Ingra, please, can you give me 200? I don't have. Yeah. I'm also thinking about myself. Yes. Yes. So I don't even have such a person. I don't know whether he's alive now, is dead. You don't even know. At least if somebody is helping you 380, it's quite reasonable. Yeah. It's quite reasonable.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yes. So we beg them. They should look at it for us.
Kojo, we need to go. But one more time, let me give you that opportunity to send the message across to benevolent organizations and also the authorities, because we need to keep our eyes on them. What is the message from the Renal Patients Association, and what would you like to share with the rest of the world?
Yes. I always say 3 things. Government should look at the tax component on the consumables. The reason why I keep saying this is that Kolebu has only 15 machines. We have those on admission, normally about 100 plus. OPD, about 250. These 15 machines cannot contain us. Now, if it continues, the machines work constantly, it doesn't rest, it will break down. Where do we go from here? The private sectors are doing well because they are also trying to give services to people. Because all the private sectors, they have their patients, normally about 20. Now, you say Kolebu should take 380. Any sensible person will come to Kolebu. So there'll be more pressure on it. So they should look at it and take the tax component out, so that the private sector can also come down to the 380 or maybe something. So that those who does not want to go to Kolebu can easily go there, simple, and have a session. Yeah. Secondly, we beg, I keep saying the churches, the big men, we beg them, if they want us to write to them officially, we'll write. We have an account. We want to put it well. They should put something in it for us. Because, my brother, it's not only about the dialysis. Right. When your fistula spoil, you are going to do is 7,000. When your neckline spoil, you are going to do is about 4,000 plus. Right. The medication, it tells a lot. And people cannot pay. So we are still begging them. They should come to our aid. Government, come to our aid. The big men around, we beg all of them, they should come to our aid. We need their help.
And that's the call from the renal patients, of course, sending that message across is Kojo Ahenkran, president of the association. So you can just either reach out to Joy News, we'll get you through to them, or you can just get in touch with them. They would also be very willing to have your support on board. But we're keeping our eyes on the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. It's expected that later in the day there might be a press briefing on this matter. We'll bring you some updates as and when we have them. But Kojo, thank you so much for spending some time with us. And we continue our fight as well against illegal mining because tests conducted by health officials have revealed some alarming levels of heavy metals in rivers and water bodies in parts of the Ashanti region. Well, this is casting a shadow, as we know it, of uncertainty over the fate of these, affected communities that we are talking about. So in part 2 of our latest Hotline documentary titled Poison for Gold, Erastus Asare Donkor reports that the rivers and water bodies that, of course, sustain communities for generations are now actually battlegrounds for distraction. Here are excerpts of what to expect.
The milky brown color of the rivers and streams flowing across the country indicate suspended particles, including poisonous heavy metals. 2 years ago, Residents of Ewusiejo in the Ahanta West district of the Western region were drinking the polluted water, but soon they started experiencing strange afflictions, as recounted by Theodora Yamwa, a nurse in charge of the town's CHIPS compound.
Some of them came here with frequent urinating and also burning sensation when they are urinating, and also some came with skin rashes.
We fetched samples from the Tano, Brim, Butre, Ofing, Anuru, Ankobra, Pra, and other polluted sources of water to be tested for heavy metals at the Sheath Laboratory of the KNUST's Chemistry Department. After a week of testing, the results were in.
For standard's sake, we use the World Health Organization standards.
The World Health Organization pegs the acceptable standard for arsenic at 0.0050 milligrams per liter, while the US and Ghana pegs it at 0.010 milligram per liter. The Oda, Brim, Pra, Ankobra, Enuru, Ofin, Ashre, Butre, Subri, and Tano registered between 0.216 and 0.444 milligrams per liter, which is 0.434 milligrams higher than acceptable levels. This is 20.6 to 55.6% higher than acceptable levels in water using the American and Ghanaian standards. Dr. Eugene Ansa explains the test results.
All these water samples that are coming from our water bodies in Ghana were found to be acidic in nature, that is having a pH less than 7. It means that it has got a corrosive effect, and whenever you drink it, you have irritations in the throat. Drinking waters are expected to be neutral. In terms of toxic metals, lead was ranked as the highest toxic metal present in all these water samples. And should anybody drink this water or even swim in these waters, then they are exposed to high levels of lead. The other metals include chromium, cadmium, and arsenic, and all these samples could not pass the quality standards.
And now the Muslim caucus in Parliament says the government's support for Israel in the ongoing war in Gaza is disappointing. President Akufo-Addo has declared that Ghana fully supports Israel. However, the UN Security Council has voted once for a humanitarian ceasefire in the besieged Gaza Strip, while abstaining on one that called for a complete ceasefire. Addressing journalists, spokesperson for the group made up of both the NDC and NPP MPs, Alhaji ABF Hussaini, indicated the government must live up to its credentials as the defender of the oppressed.
Extremely regrettable. Ghana has been a beacon for the oppressed, disadvantaged, and suppressed in this world. If you look at from the dawn of independence under the legendary Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana was a mecca for liberation movements here. All oppressed people, Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, Walter Sisulu, all this in South Africa, Samora Machel of Mozambique, Agostinho Neto of Angola, all of them were in Ghana here. And at that time, you remember, the West called all of them terrorists because they were fighting to liberate their countries from the stranglehold of colonialism. They call all of them so. So Ghana has been a beacon of hope and a safe haven for oppressed people. So it is very regrettable that under this government of Nana Akufo-Addo, we have a UN Security Council resolution that sought to call for a ceasefire and for humanitarian aid to be brought in for us to have abstained. For me, it was a very sad day, saying that this was Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, that we had let down the oppressed and the disadvantaged, for whom we have a bounden duty to stand up and defend. Where there's evil, you cannot be neutral. There's no neutrality in the face of evil.
And still on the story, former chairperson of the Muslim caucus, Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak, says the United Nations is failing to live up to its responsibility with its inability to end this war.
The UN, unfortunately, is gradually becoming a useless body. I don't have any other better adjective to describe it. Because a United Nation that cannot enforce its own, resolutions. I mean, what is it? Maybe just as the World of League ended, maybe probably we should be thinking about how we should end the United Nations, because it's gradually becoming a useless organization that is incapable of doing anything. Once those superpowers, Russia, America, China, they are doing something, all others can't. But if it is any other country, then that's where they find their way. I don't think you can run a world organization the way they are run the organization. And I hope that the UN will begin getting tougher. If today it becomes common that killing one group is okay, remember we are the weakest in the whole of the world. Africa, we are the weakest. Tomorrow, it could be our turn. And when we are being killed, people would liken it that, even if the Palestinians were killed, nothing happened. If Ghanaians are being killed, what is it? So let us all be mindful and know that this is something that must end, and it must end now.
On to some other stories, the Kantamanto market in Accra is the hub of second-hand clothes, popularly known as Obroniwa. The OR Foundation and some designers from the market are helping to bring some of these clothing to the runway, with models wearing them with style. Over 1,000 people from different backgrounds were present at the Rollins Park in Accra for the second edition of the Obroniwa Festival to celebrate Kantamanto Market for its role to reuse, repair, and also remanufacturing of used clothing. Maxwell Agbagba has more in this report.
Welcome to the Rollins Park, where scores of models graced the runway with elegance and style.
Well, the Obroniwa 2023 festival has brought to life clothes that hitherto would have been drowned in Ghana's drainage system, choking and perhaps causing flooding. But here, the talented young ones here have brought life to these clothes, and now they are on the runway. What makes this event truly captivating is the fact that these models are adorned in unique designs crafted from second-hand clothes popularly known as Obroniwa. These extraordinary creations are the brainchild of 5 talented emerging designers from the vibrant Kantamanto market. Amidst the glamour, lead organizer Samuel Chen passionately urged industry players and policymakers to acknowledge the invaluable contribution of Kantamanto to Ghana's fashion landscape.
So Obroniwa October is an urban upcycle and thrift festival that was initiated last year, and the whole idea is to celebrate Kantamanto and Ghana's culture of reuse and repair. So we are here to celebrate Kantamanto and Ghana's reuse culture. What is most significant is that we have designers from Kantamanto who are very, very talented and creative individuals who have gone under 2 months intensive training, and today they're going to reveal to us their collections that they've been working on over the last 2 months.
Fashion entrepreneur, stylist, and member of the Obroniwa School, Neil Davis, says there's no reason why the creations from Kantamanto's talented designers can't shine on the global runway.
Yeah, I came on as a mentor and a trainer for the young kids that are, emerging from Kantamanto. I'm an upcycler myself. I do it as a brand. I've been running my brand ship for the past 4 years. So I come in as one of the pioneer people who started this, from cans using dead stock materials and waste, to make clothing. And I think it's something that a lot of people do not understand. So that's why this is happening now. We want to educate people. We want to encourage people, to reuse, to recycle, and to reinvent pieces of waste that they have.
Designer Charles Pepra expressed gratitude for the platform provided by the OR Foundation, emphasizing the importance of showcasing their creativity to a wider audience.
I learned it when I was a little age. Okay. Yes, and I was a fashion, I love fashion. Yes, so I heard Obroniwewu, that was last year, and they told us that we should contest and stuff. So we were working with the All Foundation. Yes, and they said we should do fashion, this thing and that. So we started it. That was last year. It's helping me a lot because through this thing I've met a whole lot of artists. It has opened ways for me and a lot. Yes, a lot.
Richard Asante is also a designer, a beneficiary of the Obroniwewu October project. He shared his excitement about the overwhelming patronage the event has received, underscoring the growing appeal of sustainable fashion.
This event is helping us a lot. It's actually putting our works out there, letting new people to see what we are doing. Like, we have been in the dark for long, so since Obroniwewu October came last year and this year, it has actually helped us to see more people, and people from abroad are looking at our start, seeing our start taking pictures, making it go viral so that we can earn some earning from it. Yeah.
Renowned musician One Love the Kobolo, who graced the event, urged the government to play a more active role in supporting initiatives like the Obroniwewu Festival, emphasizing the cultural and economic significance of such endeavors.
Super excited. This initiative by the ORS president, this Obroniwewu October, is giving opportunity to designers to create the most amazing things they can think of. They facilitate, they support them with funds to go out there into Kantamanto and pick the materials they need to create whatever they are dreaming about. And I think it's really amazing. It's somehow a pity that it's not something initiated by the government, but we all know our government is focused on other things. And so here we are come to enjoy over a month of hard work by designers, tailors, and different logistical people at the ORS present, and yeah.
In the heart of Rawlings Park, a celebration of creativity and sustainability unfolded, proving that fashion knows no boundaries when passion and innovation come together. Maxwell Agbagba for Joy News.
Very inspiring, but that's all we have for you in this package of the polls. I am Lester Sogan. Log on to myjoyonline.com. Lots of stories there for you to get updated on. Next is Let's Talk Showbiz. Please stay with us here on the Joy News channel. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
The 2023 EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is more than an exhibition. It's the gateway to your dream home. Don't miss this chance to make informed decisions about every aspect of your living space. Join us at the Accra International Conference Center from Thursday, November 23rd to Sunday, November 26th, 2023. This year, we are diving into the theme of home ownership, exploring the nuances between affordability, comfort, and luxury. We are bringing everything housing under one roof, just for you. See you there. The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is in partnership with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and powered by the Planned City Extension Project from Cities and Habitats. Rent to own. And sponsored by Elegant Homes and General Constructions Limited, where quality meets value. Global Lighting, your solution to quality lighting. Syntex Tank, Air Strong, Air Tough. Springfield Estates, where dreams are built. Virtual Security, complete security solution. DBS, your roof experts. Virtual InfoSec Africa, security solutions by design. Saint Gobain, making the world a better plan. Clifton Homes, beautiful homes, wise investments. The Kissington Heights, Airport City, Kumasi, by HDG Homes Limited.
So give it a dance, let's go, say.
Hello, with everybody for you. I did your shake bellow. What is someone tell
Your favorite TV game show, Step Up, is back with another amazing season. This time, we are stepping up with Syntex Tank. Step Up with Syntex Tank will see contestants answer questions of their choice and win over 6,000 Ghana Cedis cash prize weekly and other products from our sponsors. This season, viewers at home should watch out for the Syntex Tank question of the week. Be the first to answer correctly via WhatsApp or send SMS to 050-833-8888 and win incredible prizes. The person who answers most of the weekly questions correctly and fastest gets a 65-inch Samsung TV at the end of the season. Step Up with Syntex Tank, showing on Joy Prime every Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Sponsored by Bell Eyes, MTN Momo, Angel Cola. Powered by Syntex Tank. Joy Prime, your ultimate experience.
Introducing the Kensington Heights at Airport City, Kumasi, the largest modern smart city in West Africa. The Kensington Heights is your bridge to the skies, where you can access direct flights to international destinations, including the USA, UK, and Europe. Imagine a world where convenience, comfort, and investment opportunities converge seamlessly. The Kensington Heights offers an incredible opportunity for families, investors, and businesses worldwide. Enjoy spacious and beautifully designed luxury suites, executive suites, one-bedroom apartments, and 2- and 3-bedroom penthouses, complete with world-class amenities and easy access to the new Kumasi International Airport. All units are on sale now, starting at $69,950. Be a part of the future of Kumasi and reserve your property today. For more information, visit our websites www.thekensingtonheights.com or www.airportcitykumasi.com.
It's incredible! Bang on target!
Welcome to the Rollins Park, where scores of models graced the runway with elegance and style. The Brony Waywood 2023 Festival has brought to life clothes that hitherto would have been dammed in Ghana's drainage system, choking and perhaps causing flooding. But here, the talented young ones here have brought life to these clothes, and now they are on the runway. What makes this event truly captivating is the fact that these models are adorned in unique designs crafted from second-hand clothes popularly known as Obroni-Wewu. These extraordinary creations are the brainchild of 5 talented emerging designers from the vibrant Kantamanto market. Amidst the glamour, lead organizer Samuel Ten passionately urged industry players and policymakers to acknowledge the invaluable contribution of Kantamanto to Ghana's fashion landscape.
So Obroni-Wewu October is an urban upcycle and thrift festival that was initiated last year, and the whole idea is to celebrate Kantamanto and Ghana's culture of reuse and repair. So we are here to celebrate Kantamanto and Ghana's reuse culture. What is most significant is that we have designers from Kantamanto who like very, very talented and creative individuals who have gone under like 2 months intensive training, and today they're going to reveal to us their collection that they've been working on over the last 2 months. We also have a pop-up shop where most of the vendors from Kantamanto are selling their goods here as well. Most people see what we are doing here as just, partying and having fun and just fashion. But beneath the surface, there's so much that is being done in terms of environmental activism. As in, most of these people here, the clothing that you are seeing here, the ones you see on the runway, will most likely have ended up in some dump or some gutters or be somewhere. But these individuals are talented enough that these ways that people would not use, they are finding innovative ways to reuse them and make them wearable. Yeah, so we have vendors from Kantamanto, the aunties and uncles, there are adiyes here who are ready to mend your clothes for you. So even if you buy something and it's too big, they'll be there to reduce the size for you. We also have the upcyclers here who are like doing live demonstrations. So if you have a t-shirt that needs screen printing, there's someone for you. If you have denim that needs some passion, there's someone for you. So all of these creative talents are here to give you a great experience. Yeah.
Finally, what motivated you to start this?
So for me, it was really about the fact that Kantamanto has been doing its work for a very, very long time, but it has been recognized for what it does. So that was really what it inspired us, to give them the space and the platform to show what they can do.
Fashion entrepreneur, stylist, and member of the Broniwewu School, Neil Davis, says there's no reason why the creations from Kantamanto's talented designers can't shine on the global runway.
I came on as a mentor and a trainer for the young kids that are, emerging from Kantamanto. I'm an upcycler myself. I do it as a brand. I've been running my brandship for the past 4 years. So I come in as one of the pioneer people who started this, from cans using dead stock materials and waste, to make clothing. And I think it's something that a lot of people do not understand. So that's why this is happening now. We want to educate people. We want to encourage people, to reuse, to recycle, and to reinvent like pieces of waste that they have. I think everything starts with a mindset. It has to be a cultural mindset for everybody. I believe one man standing to start makes other people want to start. Just like how I started, it's like I encourage the next generation to pick up this, and that's what is happening. So I feel like even if you don't have to thrift from cans, even your stuff that you use at home, you can hand embroider it in a certain way. You can remove the sleeves of a shirt and make it sleeveless, and it's a whole new style altogether. You can rejoin the sleeves to another shirt and it's a new shirt altogether. It's just it's being artistic in putting together like a style silhouette for yourself.
Designer Charles Prepra expressed gratitude for the platform provided by the All Foundation, emphasizing the importance of showcasing their creativity to a wider audience.
So I learned it when I was a little age, yes, and I was a fashion, I love fashion, yes. So I heard Obroniwewu, that was last year, and they told us that we should contest and stuff. So we were working with the All Foundation, yes, and they said we should do fashion, this thing and that. So we started it. That was last year. It's helping me a lot because through this thing I've met a whole lot of artists. It has opened ways for me and a lot, yes, a lot. And it's helping the youth too. Yes, it's helping us very, 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 very well. Because it is bringing what I knew, then what I can do, then what even my aim. Yes, because I love fashion. Yes. So as they came, yes, we were like, okay, then let's join. And I've been in Kantamanto over 15 years now. Yeah, so as they came, I was like, okay, because since I've been there, no one have been telling us that maybe you should do this or you should do that. Yes. So as they started it last year, yes, it was cool. So this year they told us that it was going to be large, and it's true too. You can even see it yourself. Yeah. Even what I was wearing is very, 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 very hard. And it will be hardly for you to get it somewhere. Yeah. Yes, it will be hardly for you to get it somewhere. Only in Kantamanto. Yes, we are proud of ourselves. Yes, because at Kantamanto we can do a whole lot of things. Yes, but it seems like no one is joining that, like no one is paying attention to us until they came to us. You see, yes.
Richard Asante is also a designer, a beneficiary of the Broniwewu October project. He shared his excitement about the overwhelming patronage the event has received, underscoring the growing appeal of sustainable fashion.
This event is helping us a lot. It's actually putting our works out there, letting new people to see what we are doing. Like, we have been in the dark for long, so since Obrono October came last year and this year, it has actually helped us to see more people, and people from abroad are looking at our style, seeing us start taking pictures, making it go viral so that we can earn some earning from it. Yeah, this, I actually made this, it's called Opium Style. Yeah, this style is called Opium Style. Yeah, that's it. So I actually planned this to make it like this, to wear it myself. Yeah. Okay. I just did this this morning. Wow. Yeah.
Renowned musician One Love the Kobolo, who graced the event, urged the government to play a more active role in supporting initiatives like the Obroni Festival, emphasizing the cultural and economic significance of such endeavors.
Super excited. This initiative by the ORS president, this Obroni Wewu October, is giving opportunity to designers to create the most amazing things they can think of. You know, they facilitate, they support them with funds to go out there into Kantamanto and pick the materials they need to create whatever, you know, they are dreaming about. And I think it's really amazing. It's somehow a pity that it's not something initiated by the government, but we all know our government is focused on other things. And so here we are come to enjoy over months of hard work by designers, tailors, and different logistical people at the ORS present, and you know, yeah. So we're here to see a show. Yeah. First of all, they are raising awareness that almost 80% of the bales that come, the false Obroni Wewu, are not resellable. And because of the high taxes on the traders at Kantamanto, it's hard to dispose of these things because you have to pay for the baller. Yeah. And you're not making that much money in this economy. So people often leave the bales anyhow, and the rain pushes it into the drains, and it ends up in the ocean, choking the life there, spoiling things for fishermen, polluting the toxins that come out of these dyed fabrics and so on, also polluting the water. Yeah. And so Obroni Wewu October, the ORS president, and all the designers and everybody that comes around this collective are concerned about the environment and want us to stop what they call waste colonialism, which is just dumping their baller on us. They should make sure there's quality control at that side before materials come, so that we can be selling 90-100% of everything that comes, you know.
Additionally, the event provided a golden opportunity for some sellers to make good sales.
So I'm Saudi. I run this barbecue stand. It's called Aboki, a subsidiary of Suya Republic. Yeah. So the All Foundation has always been family. They called to partner on this, so we are on board, and the patronage has been good. Everybody is here showing us plenty love. The patronage has been good. You can see people coming, everyone here showing us love. They've seen the stand, and everyone wants to get a taste. Yeah.
In the heart of Rawlins Park, a celebration of creativity and sustainability unfolded, proving that fashion knows no boundaries when passion and innovation come together. Maxwell Agbagba for Joy News.
So it's the 2023 edition of the Tidal Wave. First time it has actually come into the Accra Township, all the way from